Welcome to episode 19 of ECTEL Bytes. The show is a production of the Eastern Caribbean Telecommunications Authority, and I'm your host, Coretta Crooks-Charles, ECTEL's Communications and Media Relations Manager. Special thanks to the NTRC Saint Lucia for allowing us to use their conference room to host this episode of ECTEL Bytes. Just a reminder, ECTEL is the regional regulatory body advising the National Telecommunications Regulatory Commissions, that's the NTRCs, on electronic communications or telecommunications matters in our 5 member states, namely the Commonwealth of Dominica, Grenada, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. As the name suggests, on ECTEL Bytes, we aim to give viewers bite-sized information about developments in electronic communications being undertaken by our directorate and like-minded organizations. Today, we are delighted to have as our special guest, Ms. Colleen Mignott, the coordinator of OURIC and the information officer at the Office of Utilities Regulation, OUR, located in Jamaica. Welcome to ECTEL Bytes, Ms. Mignott.
Thank you very much, Coretta.
May I call you Colleen?
Sure, no problem.
All right, so let's go right into it. Since it's your first time on the show, tell us what your role at the OUR is, what it entails, and essentially for those viewers who may not know, what does the OUR do? Who do you serve?
Great, thank you for that question, Coretta. The Office of Utilities Regulation is an independent regulator of utility services in Jamaica, which includes electricity, water and sewerage, and telecom services. We are independent because we have an obligation to be objective and impartial and to operate without political influence or bias. To your question about who we serve, the OUR's mandate is to provide an avenue of appeal for consumers who have grievances with their utility companies. But while we seek among our objectives to ensure that consumers of utility services, and let me stress, utility services, enjoy an acceptable quality of service at a reasonable cost, and while we monitor and ensure that utilities comply with certain rules and guidance and guidelines, and while we develop the framework within which the regulated utilities operate by setting rates and service standards, we also seek to balance the equation on behalf of our utilities by ensuring that they get a reasonable rate of return on their investments.
Okay, so that's about the OUR. What about you, Colleen? What do you do at the OUR?
Well, I am the OUR's information officer.
Okay. All right, no problem. So we're going to move on now. Essentially, artificial intelligence or AI leverages computers and machines to mimic the problem-solving and decision-making capabilities of the human mind. To this end, the OUR is getting ready to stage a 2-day workshop dubbed Unlocking the Power of AI, Shaping the Future of Utilities Regulation, and this will be held on October 30th and November 1st. So why has the OUR decided to stage this workshop on artificial intelligence at this time, Colleen?
Okay, great. Hosting a workshop on unlocking the power of AI and shaping the future of utilities regulation will serve several vital purposes aligned with the mission of the OUR and evolving needs of our industry. Our mission speaks to our contribution to national development by effective regulation of utility services that enables consumer access to modern, reliable, affordable, and quality utility services. So the keywords here are access, modern, reliable, affordable, and quality utility services. So let's discuss our reason for hosting such a workshop in relation to these keywords. First of all, we wanted to promote awareness and understanding among our stakeholders. The integration of AI into utilities regulation is a dynamic and transformative development. Many stakeholders within the industry, including regulators, industry players, and of course consumers, may not fully grasp the potential and implications of AI to provide the type of service that is critical to the fulfillment of our mandate. Our workshop therefore aims to raise awareness and provide a platform for better understanding of this new phenomenon and to foster an environment where knowledge can be shared and exchanged for the empowerment of our participants. But we also wanted to provide a forum to discuss the challenges and opportunities presented by AI for utilities regulation. We wanted to explore real-world case studies, share best practices, and identify solutions to common issues that regulators face. But additionally, as the stewards of regulation, we wanted to ensure that AI is applied in an ethical and responsible manner. We're aiming to facilitate discussions around ethical considerations, legal implications, and the responsible use of AI in our field. We understand that AI presents an opportunity for innovation, and so we hope to encourage innovative thinking and the adoption of artificial intelligence in ways that drive efficiency, sustainability, and customer-centric solutions while maintaining compliance and accountability. So in a nutshell, this workshop is really a stepping stone towards a future where AI and regulation are aligned for the benefit of all stakeholders.
It sounds pretty exciting. And I must say, the minute I got the email, I signed up. So I'm looking forward to those 2 days of learning more about artificial intelligence.
Wonderful.
So who should sign up, Colleen? Is it only for utility regulators, or can customers or service providers also benefit?
Well, Coretta, although we are sure that anyone could benefit from this workshop, our primary target audience are regulatory engineers and analysts, utility analysts, as well as monitoring and compliance officers, licensing officers, consumer affairs officers, utility service providers, other regulatory bodies such as the Fair Trading Commission, the media, and the whole spectrum of regulatory interests who can find more information about, you can find more information about who will benefit from this workshop and much more information on the workshop on our event page. Would you like me to give you the handle?
Sure, you could share that with the viewers now.
Sure, so it's bit.ly/OURICWEB. So that's again bit.ly/OURIC, which is OURIC, OUR Information Center for short, and then web, WEB. You can also find
Go ahead, Colleen.
I was saying you can also find information on our social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn at the OURJA.
Okay, and your website is our.org.jm. If you were to go there, you'll be able to find information easily about the workshop?
Well, going straight to the OUR's page, you would have to hit the poster, which is in the slideshow, to get to the event page. And then you'd find the information on how to register.
Okay, thank you so much. So tell us about the presenters. Who are they?
Well, our presenters, we have 2 presenters over the 2 days. One is local, the other is from the United States of America. So our local presenter is Professor Sean Thorpe, who is Dean of the Faculty of Engineering and Computing and immediate past head of the School of Computing and IT at the University of Technology, UTech, Jamaica. And then we have Hudson Hollister, who is founder and CEO of H-Data, which is a technology company, a regulatory technology company, which uses analytics and artificial intelligence to automate regulatory work. And he has started with the energy industry in the United States.
Okay. So what practical skills are participants expected to walk away with after the 2 days, Colleen?
Well, before we go to that, I forgot to mention a late entry to our greetings section of the program, and that is Mr. Leslie Lee Hook. He is from Incus Services, Director of AI and Automation at Incus Services, which is a company in Trinidad and Tobago. So we expect him to come on board for the 2 days to bring greetings. In terms of practical skills that the participants are expected to walk away with, well, one of the major takeaways from this workshop is most certain to be an understanding of the fundamentals of AI and its application in various work processes and other real-life situations. What we do know is that AI will impact different categories of people differently. And so it is important that persons make an effort to attend the workshop to find out where they fit into the grand scheme of things.
Okay, we didn't mention what time the workshop is. Could you share that with us, please?
Sure. For each of the 2 days, the workshop will begin at 9 and well, 10:30 on the first day and 11:30 on the second day. So we'll be out of there in no time.
Okay, all right. So just curious, has the OUR commenced using AI to regulate utilities in Jamaica?
Well, Corrector, the short answer to that is no. This is one of the primary reasons that this workshop was organized by OURIC, the OUR's Information Center. We wanted to expose our regulators to both existing and potential AI applications, providing them with the necessary tools to implement those technologies effectively and safely. So we hope that at the end of this workshop, the OUR will begin to look more closely at the tools that have been presented and the recommendations that have been made for action.
Okay, thanks, Colleen. And it's really admirable because, as you said, you've not yet started at the OUR, but yet still you are trying to rope other regulatory bodies across, the rest of the Caribbean and the world, so to speak, along this journey as you yourself embark on it. So thank you so much for opening this up to the wider public.
Very much so. That is a part of our mandate as well.
All right, so shifting gears a bit. Earlier this month, on October 3rd, the OUR, ECTEL, and 4 NTRCs, namely the Commonwealth of Dominica, Grenada, St. Kitts and Nevis, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, signed a Memorandum of Understanding, that's an MOU, concerning information and resource sharing partnership. What makes this MOU historic and so significant, Colleen?
Well, correct. So we at the OUR understood when we embarked on this undertaking that as Caribbean partners, we already enjoy relationships and shared information and resources. However, we saw the need to put in place a formal arrangement, establishing, among other things, the requirements and procedures for this partnership with ECTEL and the NTRCs, representing Caribbean partners that managed similar facilities as that of OURIC, again, which is the OUR Information Center. So this MOU sets out the framework for sharing information between the signatories and provides guidance on the sharing, use, and handling of information and resources. But above all, it is something that we've never seen before. And so we're happy to have been the front runners in this effort.
Okay, and although it's less than a month, I'm just wondering, how would you say the partnership is progressing so far?
Well, it's early days yet. We have been sharing bits and pieces of information, but we expect to accelerate this in the coming months.
Okay, all right. So are there any other initiatives taking place at the OUR that you'd want to tell our viewers about?
Sure, Coretta. Well, the OUR is always actively involved in activities, but this in particular is one event that is upcoming, and that is, well, the OUR has broken into the podcasting landscape. As part of our ongoing public education program, the OUR will therefore launch a 10-episode podcast series on Friday, October 27 at 11 a.m. The podcast will run every 2 weeks through Spotify, after which it will be distributed to Apple, Google, Castbox, and all other central podcast hosting platforms. The podcast will feature laid-back discussion about the roles and responsibilities of the OUR in general, and it will feature primarily staff members of the OUR who are experts in various areas, so that they will efficiently educate the public about what we need them to know about the OUR.
Okay, and that's 11 a.m. Jamaica time, which is 12 noon Eastern Caribbean time, correct?
Most definitely, yes.
Yes, we have to remember the time zone.
Oh, yes. It's taking some time for me to get used to that.
Yes, so any closing remarks, Colleen? We're practically wrapping up.
Okay, well, not really at this time, but just inviting everyone to come out in their numbers, virtually, of course, on 2023, October 31, which is Tuesday, and then the following Wednesday, November 1 at 9 a.m. in support of our Artificial Intelligence workshop. It promises to be great, so we look forward to everyone coming on board.
Okay, and just one more time, just remind persons where they can register.
Okay, you can register on the OUR's website through the bit.ly link that was given earlier. I am trying to find it. Okay, yes. Okay, I probably didn't give out this registration link earlier. If you go onto the OUR's website, you will find the flyer that speaks about that promotes the event. You can click on that to get to the registration page or the event page, as well as you could go straight to bit.ly/unlocking the power of AI 2023. Do I need to spell it, Coretta?
I don't think so. Unlocking the power of AI.
2023. So it's bit.ly/unlocking the power of AI 2023. And that's one word.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us for episode 19 of ECTEL Bytes, Miss Mignott or Colleen. It was an absolute pleasure having you, and I really do hope that persons will turn out.
Thanks for having me. Thanks to your listeners as well and your viewers.
Yes. So in case you joined us late, our very special guest was Miss Colleen Mignott, coordinator of OURIC, that's the OUR Information Center. She's the information officer also at the OUR in Jamaica. So there are many pros and cons to artificial intelligence. AI automates repetitive tasks, is said to reduce human errors. AI can make us more productive, and it can do something we can't. It could work 24 hours a day. However, on the flip side, AI doesn't always explain its decisions. It can be biased, and many fear that AI will get good enough at numerous tasks, which might result in widespread job loss. So let's take this opportunity to deep dive into artificial intelligence. Let's learn more about the downsides as well as how it can be used to improve our lives. And in our case, for our ECTEL member states, the telecommunications sector, which we rely on daily. Remember to register the link that was just shared. That's bit.ly/unlocking the power of AI 2023. And there you'll find a slew of information about the OUR's free 2-day AI workshop on October 31st and November 1st. If you have any questions, please be sure to drop them in the comments, and Colleen or myself will be sure to go there and respond to you accordingly. This episode of ECTEL Bytes will also be on our YouTube channel, that is at ECTEL, and on Instagram and Twitter at ECTEL Authority. So be sure to like the post and share it with your contacts who might be interested in learning more about artificial intelligence. Once again, our deepest thanks to the NTRC Saint Lucia for allowing us to use their conference room to host this episode of ECTEL Bytes. Thanks for joining us, and we hope to see you again virtually for another episode of ECTEL Bytes. I'm your host, Coretta Cook-Strauss, the Communications and Media Relations Manager here at ECTEL. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, do keep safe and take care.